I would like to invite Dr. Jayewardenepura, Head, Department of Public Administration, to give a welcome speech. Before that, I would like to make a special remark on him and his officially, because he is the one who coordinated this academic exchange program from University of Jayewardenepura, and the one who brought this program up to this much of successful level. Dear sir, Dr. Jayewardenepura, I kindly invite you, sir, to welcome the gathering.
Good morning, everyone. So this is the pre-MOU seminar organized by the Department of Public Administration, Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce, University of Jayewardenepura, as a part of academic collaborations with the Toboku University in Japan. Actually, the Department of Public Administration is planning to have an MOU with Toboku University, the Faculty of Economics and Management of the Toboku University, through which we will be able to establish and maintain major collaborations in terms of postgraduate training, research, and also teaching.
Now, I would like to invite Dr. Jayewardenepura, the Dean, Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce, to address the gathering.
Good morning to all of you. Professor Toshigumi Takada and all members of the Japanese delegation, head of departments, professors, all academics, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. It is an immense pleasure for me to express the words at this pre-MOU workshop on Toboku and the Jayewardenepura academic collaboration.
Dear sir, Professor Sampan Tamalpunja, this kind invitation is to you, sir, to address the gathering.
Professor Makeda and all other academics from Toboku University, Dean of the Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce and colleagues, especially Mr. Samantha Kumara Singh, Managing Director and Chairman of Nature Secrets, Head Department of Public, Professor in Public Administration, former Dean of Management Studies and Commerce, our most senior academic member of this faculty, so many Japanese PhD holders, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning, and thank you for everyone. And it's my pleasure to be here. And this is the second time to be here. And I think sometime to see you. And every time I'm here, first of all, I'd like to express our sincere thanks to the other people. And because, as you know, the second president of Sri Lanka.
And we have invited key resource personnel for the purpose of educating the delegates, particularly on industrial environment in Sri Lanka and the government policy on trade and investment and so on. So it is my greatest pleasure to introduce our first key speaker, Mr. Samantha Kumara Singh. Mr. Samantha Kumara Singh is a royalist and a chemistry graduate from the University of Jayewardenepura, Sri Lanka, and also an alumnus of the Harvard Business School, Boston, USA. And he started his entrepreneurial career in 1993 is the chairman of multi-chemist groups of companies which has over 500 employees working in manufacturing facilities in Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. The group also has trade facilitation offices in Germany and Ukraine also. Mr. Kumarasamy has many pioneering projects to his credit, and his greatest achievement is the creation of major speakers, the #1 global cosmetics brand in Sri Lanka. A major speakers brand is now registered in more than 50 countries worldwide, and Mr. Kumarasamy's vision is to make this a truly global brand. In December 2008, he was awarded the Entrepreneur of the Year for the Toboku. In addition to devoting time to his own businesses, Mr. Samantha Kumarasamy also dedicates much of his time to promoting national interest. He served as a commissioner of the Presidential Taxation Commission in the year 2009-2010. He currently serves as the President of the Cosmetic Manufacturers Association of Sri Lanka.
Changes, I would like to show you how the industrial environment will change in Sri Lanka. And it was, to my opinion, there are about 5 eras, including what is going to be from now onwards, or past 4 eras that I would like to highlight. First is the colonial era, where it was the British ruled Sri Lanka. Then post-independence era, what happened to the industry. And open economy era with a focus on FDI. That was the time that Sri Lankan economy was open in 1977. And up to about 2004 with different governments, but it was mostly focused on foreign direct investment. Then with the government change in 2005, we saw a different view from the government point of view. And it was the era that we saw the SME sector developing at a very rapid pace. And now that era has just ended. Beginning of this month there was a government change, and I really don't know where the government policy would be. So that is why I have put question mark after 2015 and beyond. In the colonial era, what happened basically was exporting of our agricultural produce and importing of everything. There were certain things that we have wrong decisions that the countries have taken during those periods, many things where the industry was not developed. One example is we had a alcoholic beverage in the country called toddy, which was coming from the palm trees, and it was banned by the British at that time, and they introduced their hard liquor for the Sri Lankan people. So this, they're using the government authority or their authority to change the market scenarios was done that way. It is basically another way of economic conquering, and still some of those ill effects we still have. Sri Lanka is a very high per capita consumption of alcohol based on those decisions. And likewise, there was no industry, and there were few industries that were British-owned industries at that time. We had a monopoly. There was no competition. If you take a company like Unilever operating in Sri Lanka, they have come to Sri Lanka during the British rule, and they still go ahead with that kind of market that they have created. But of course, in the recent past, there have been significant inroads by the local SMEs into their segments of markets.
And our department is very minority, but accounting school in Toboku University is now top rank among 18 accounting schools in Japan. And we have talked about the new program of accounting school education with the Ministry of Education of the Japanese government. And we, National University, depend on the budget, total on the government. And the last year, the parliament had a big election and voting, and the LDP won. And the budget maybe okay. And Japanese accounting period start in April, and we are waiting for the budget. And maybe it's okay. And we will prepare for starting IGSA after April. And afterward, I will introduce how to enter and register in IGSA in October.
That Deloitte and PricewaterhouseCoopers, KPMG, and Ernst & Young take a look at the lower portion on the table. So the Deloitte has a relationship with Thomas, the Japanese audit firm, and the PwC primarily has a relationship with the two audit firms due to the accounting scandals that occurred in the past. And the KPMG is at and then Ernst & Young has a relationship with EY Japan, just as Shin Nihon, that I work for. Let's move to the next slide. So this slide shows the mission for CPA. So I extracted the mission from the JCPA Act on the top portion. So let me read it. CPA's mission is to protect the fair business of entities, investors, and creditors to contribute to the sound development of national economy by ensuring the credibility of the financial statement and the financial information from the independent status, the audit, and the accounting specialists. That means that the audit comes first for the responsibility of the JCPA. So take a look at the second period in the middle. So there are two major laws regulating the audit in Japan. That are the Companies Law and Companies Act and the Financial Instruments and Exchange Act.
I met one lady who could remember all the names, all the full names of all the students, all the Sri Lankan students especially, by all the Sri Lankan students, she met so far. That means when I asked about Dr. Jayewardenepura from her, she remembered the full name of him, even we don't know, but she still remembers. So that's how they are dedicated. They are dedicated to actually, they do that from the heart. So I appreciate a lot. That asset also gives, adds a lot to that wonderful human capital. And I have another experience. I was amazed and I was actually surprised by learning that one of my colleagues were assisted and taken care of at the hospital when he suddenly got ill by the course coordinator of him. So he didn't have anyone to assist him because we all were new to Japan. So his course coordinator was the one who taken care of him for 2 days at the hospital. So that's about the human capital, the wonderful human capital there. And according to my knowledge, many leading figures playing an active role in the world today have had experience studying in Japan. The network that we build in Japan will undoubtedly become an invaluable asset for our future career.
In 2006, a rare opportunity arose when one of the central bank officers got a scholarship from IMF to study in Greece in Japan. And we had to appoint a special committee in the central bank to educate the Japanese education system. to compare it with the system that we find in UK, USA, Canada and Australia to see whether it is comparably acceptable to Central Bank of India. Unfortunately for us, the committee came up with a recommendation that we have to send our officers to Japan for further studies, and since then, all the Japanese universities have been recognized by the Central Bank of Sri Lanka as a suitable destination for Central Bank officers to do their post-study. I am happy today because when I listened to Professor Nakada from Ohio University, the manner in which he expressed that the designing of the new master degree program